Good morning, good morning. Well, should I say good afternoon almost? How y'all doing? I'm enjoying my bed. I got a lot to do. I gotta get up and wash clothes, and then I gotta order some stuff for boxing up things and getting ready to start boxing, which is gonna be interesting. But my move date might be pushed back to the 7th, so I may not be able to move it until the 11th, which means I'll probably have to pay a couple days and rent here. But we'll see. But let's talk about the fact of I am so happy that Amber's gonna file first. She needs to file first because at the end of the day, I told y'all, eventually you can't hold on and keep trying to wait. Just let go. Just let go. And that's what proves my point when I tell people just let go of all of the negative emotions and move forward. Because again, if you do things on the up and up, you get a better revenge than you would if you actually go after somebody. Because if you're not going after revenge, consequences and repercussions and karma gonna happen anyway. That is the best revenge. When they get their karma the right way. When you're not the one that's giving them the karma. Just the life is giving them karma. Cause like I said, what goes around always comes around. So when Brittany was telling her what she could get, she's like, I just want the house. She's like, girl, after everything he did to you, you think you don't deserve? So at the end of the day, unless that woman come back and say that Amber slept with Wayne during the marriage, that's the only time that there's going to be a monkey wrench involved. But I don't think she's going to find anything. And I think when that lawyer finds out that Anthony's been lying about the baby and all of that, I think she gonna end up dropping him because she asked him to tell her everything and he didn't. Now as for Angeline, girl, why are you fighting your daughter's battles? You starting to make me convinced more and more that girl got bipolar. Y'all gonna hear me say that in every single skit because if Shayla can't fight her own battles, then we have a problem. It's just like when Candace ran up on her and everything. And Shayla is not as big as bad as she thinks she is. She got to have somebody behind her or somebody by her side in order to be big and bad. And I'm with Chase on this. She shouldn't have went over there because that just makes everything worse. Because now she can say how not only was she your client, but you went over there because you trashed her. That's not the answer. Because like I said, this may go bad for Candace because business-wise, she gonna go back and tell her friend how she ran up on her. And then that girl gonna find out and not do business with her. What she should have did was nothing. Let Chase handle that. If Anthony wasn't gonna say nothing to Shayla, only thing that Chase, she could have done was the fact that she resolved the situation by telling her what happened. That should have just been the end of it. I wouldn't have said nothing to Shayla. You just gave Shayla power when you went over there. Just like Amber. When you go over there to the person that wronged you, you just gave them power. But if you go over there calm, cool, and collected, and you be like, let's sit down and have a conversation. Because I'm just trying to get a little bit of understanding why. Even though you want to whoop that trick, don't do it. Don't even do it. Now, as for DC, now, I done told y'all what I think gonna happen, but I'm gonna say it one more time. I think that Jada gonna be over there, that girl gonna be over there, or him and that girl gonna be gone, and that guy gonna try to come in there, either take Jada to get that girl, but something get ready to happen where Jada gonna end up in danger. Now, as for Ernestine, I don't blame her when it come to Jay and his drinking. Jay needs to get his drinking in check and figure out why he's been drinking. He need to go to rehab. I think they're gonna be an accident, and that baby gonna be in that car, and something gonna happen. So I don't blame Ernestine. I wouldn't let him take him either. I would have just dropped her off. So yeah, I think something gonna happen. So that ain't gonna be good. I got a feeling Ernestine gonna end up getting involved with Trey, and I think that's what's gonna start the problems. Because the fact that Ernestine don't want to share, and the fact that Trey said he came from a family, a 2-parent home, and stuff like that, I think that's gonna make her and Trey become closer. And I think she gonna end up messing around with Trey behind James's back. that forbidden fruit you shouldn't be messing with. That thing. Yeah. So each one of these, if you want to go into it from a spiritual perspective, you can. But as far as, Brittany's dad, the fact that he just found out that Julie wants to see her children, and that's why she want to move here. If I was him, I wouldn't be mad about that because she gave up her kids for him. So it's only fair that he should want her to have a relationship with her kids. Now, as for the way that Chase handled the situation with Anthony, he could have been a little bit more masculine about it, but Anthony ain't gonna do nothing when it comes to Shayla. He just ain't, because he a punk. That's just it on that. But as far as the two guys that came in the Jocelyn store, Jocelyn, if you gonna leave the game behind, then you need to leave everybody associated with it behind as well. Because even though you saying you want to leave the game, you need to just make sure that T Hustle has something of his own and call it a day. Because something bad getting ready to happen. Because now it's not going to be because of Ralphie. It's going to be because of you. Because if you let him work there, it's going to be drugs and all that being smuggled into your store. And it's going to come out and it ain't going to be good for you. It's going to be like you still in the game. If you out, then you out. What you should have did was gave T Hustle a large sum of money and said, here, this is something that should help you get on your feet. Oh, I remember now. We talking about Diva. I'm sorry, my phone had rung. But anyway, Diva, if you're going to leave the game, then leave everybody behind that has anything to do with the game. That's what you need to do. Now, as for Zoe and Shania, I thank God they broke up. They needed to break up, seriously. Because of the fact of the matter that, she is too childish for him. She is too immature for him. I think for him, it was more or less he thought he could change her. And again, y'all need to stop thinking y'all can change people. Stop saying y'all see potential in somebody like that person work for you. If that's not an employee or somebody professionally that you're dealing with or somebody you're counseling and you're getting paid to do that, don't start trying to raise people. They got parents. That's their job. If they didn't do their job, that's on them. And I can't blame that daddy for being upset with her. I dropped her off at Natasha's house because you didn't want to deal with her. You didn't even raise her. Like he said, you didn't even raise her. And yet you wonder why she don't respect you the way she does. And why she does the things she does. Because you let her get away with it. She watched you go through mail after mail after mail. That's why she doing what she doing. That's why Zoe does what she does. Because she watched her mother do it. And now she's doing the same thing. She ain't going to do nothing but run back over there to Tony. And by then, Tony probably going to have a girlfriend at that time. And she ain't going to have neither one of them. But anyway, when it comes to Shania, you and Divine are better together. Because like I said, Divine is better for you than Zoe. But I want to know how you going to feel when you find out Divine slept with your daddy. And how your mama going to feel about that. Because she going to be pissed when she find out about that. But that's a whole nother conversation. As for Dee and this new female, I'm hoping she ain't the feds because the fact that she is working with Angela. But who knows who she is. We'll find out later on down the line. As for DC, that dude is going to end up hurting your daughter. I think something is going to happen to Jada because of the situation that DC is in. Because I think she going to be there and that dude going to end up kidnapping Jada in exchange for that girl. And it's just something bad going to happen. But as for Tamara, you thought the grass was green on the other side, homegirl. And it wasn't. And now you should have stayed with D. The problem is D is now moving on with somebody else. And what you gonna do when you find that man has moved on with somebody else? What you gonna do? You done lost that man forever because you've been sitting up and playing games with this man. Now you met somebody that actually likes him and actually want to get to know him. Girl, what are you gonna do? All I know is that man is not gonna be able to come up with $50,000. The only way he gonna get $50,000 is if D give him the money. And if he go to his mom and tells mom the truth about what is going on. But at the end of the day, Samara, you made the wrong choice. And now you got to live with your choice of decision. So with that being said, I think that's it. But there might be a part 2 when it comes to something else.